Hi, I'm Nick Connor with TeamBuilders Worldwide, and welcome back. This is the September-October video newsletter for TeamBuilders Worldwide. I tell you, I got this theory. It's amazing how fast a year goes by, but I have this theory. See, once football season kicks in, the year's over. You know, we go into football, next thing we know, it's Halloween. Halloween gets us into Thanksgiving. Before you know it, we're all out there buying toys and all these great presents, and then, of course, it's New Year's. Well, come with us for one more episode here as we share with you the 5-star team performance indicator. Come with us. Hi, welcome back, and thank you for joining us. You know, over the years, folks have really asked some very good questions about team building. They've been very direct with us, and it's been about 10 years now with TeamBuilders Worldwide. But one of the questions that really caught my interest was, you know, team building's fun, and we know that, but how do you take something as intangible as team building and make it a tangible product? And we thought about it and said, that's a darn good question. How do you attach metrics to something as subjective as team development? Well, we noodled it around a little bit, and we came up years ago with something called the 5-star team performance indicator. See, now when our clients reach out to us and they're looking for a program, we do ask them, look, do you want to attach some metrics to this of some sort? They say, that sounds fascinating, because go back to your definition of team. Remember the 3 characteristics? Common purpose, measurable performance, joint accountability. Let's talk about measurable performance. The 5-star team performance indicator came about, as I said, almost 10 years ago. We're in the 3rd edition of it right now. And basically we are looking at measuring 2 things. The stage of development a team is in, but also some core competencies. The beauty of this is that folks can actually go online, participants, team members attending the session, and they can then answer questions that will provide diagnostic data for us. We're able to tell what stage of development they're in, but we can also tell, geez, what's the perception of this group on some key core competencies? Let's share these with you. For example, we talked about stages of development way back, if you can remember. It's hard to believe, but way back in the January-February issue. We talked about dependency, conflict, cohesion, and synergy. Go back to Dr. Bruce Tuckman's model, forming, storming, norming, performing, very similar. So what we do is we get folks to go online and they answer questions about the group. Dependency. We're talking about a group that's in dependency is a group that's looking for direction, looking for guidance from its leadership. It's in a fairly early stage. Now, once groups are in this stage and they move on, of course we want them to go through the conflict stage. And what this instrument will measure is, are folks addressing conflict with the appropriate people, the appropriate way? Everybody can have conflict. That's easy. I mean, you know, if I slap you in the head, hey, that's conflict. That's not healthy conflict. So we're talking about that constructive stuff. Do we do that here? Also, once we move on, do we start to operate as a cohesive unit? Do we start to reap the fruits of our labor? And of course, if we're moving on, we can get into a synergistic stage. You really start to see things popping. It's quite a sight to see when teams get to that stage. So what they're doing is they're answering questions. And basically, it's called the 5-star because think of a 5-star restaurant, 5-star hotel, think of a 5-star team. So folks will answer questions in that way. When we get the data back, you start to see it, and it's being graphed on a PowerPoint presentation. We share that with the team as part of its session. So, for example, we're getting data back. If we know that we're getting data back and we got, out of the 5 stars, we got a high number hanging on here in the dependency stage. You know, we're looking at something that's like, ooh, 4.1. And then our conflict stage, we found that, geez, we got these answers that were like 4.3. And then, of course, with cohesion, well, the cohesion brought us way down to this 2.9. And then, of course, synergy was hanging around 2.8. And, of course, we connect the dots so you're actually able to see a readout of your team. See, now, ideally, what we want to see on this graph is we want to be able to see a slope where dependency is low, conflict is low, meaning it's being addressed by the right people, and, of course, cohesion and synergy are high. What we're able to do is we get these results back, we share it with the group, and we start to do a deep dive on these numbers. This allows us to have a diagnostic, but also a springboard for action planning. Now, all of that being said, we do the same thing for these key core competencies. Role clarity, vision, communication, trust. What's the perception from the group on these core competencies? Do we have clear roles and responsibilities? Does the group have that sense of purpose with its vision? Are we effective at communication? And of course, what is the level of trust within the group? Remember, trust can be defined in many ways, but we like to look at it, geez, is this group vulnerable around one another? Do they come into meetings guarded, fully armored? Or is what you see what you get? A team with a high level of trust is a team that can be very candid with one another, therefore have healthy feedback, healthy conflict. So this is what the 5-star does measure for us. Now the beauty of it is it can actually help us design a program, and here's the wonderful thing. Program's over, we got some action plans we created, okay, we're holding folks accountable. I commit to doing this when I go back. We then reissue the 5-star 1 to 3 months down the road, again 6, 9, 12 months down the road. We actually now can track and measure the development of this group. It's a neat thing. So now we are taking something as intangible as team building and giving it that tangibility, giving it measurement and assessment. So this is the 5-star team performance indicator. It is free with every program, and it's just a wonderful way for us to get our teams to move forward. Now, keep in mind as you're moving forward, yourselves, definition of team. Is there a common purpose, common goal, measurement and assessment here, and of course joint accountability. Look, if you only use this information once, it's been stealing. If you use it more than once, it's been research. We hope your research this year has been great. And from all of us at TeamBuilders Worldwide to all of you, we hope that your Thanksgiving and your Halloween are safe and fun. Take care. We'll see you next time.